ought to hold on to one's heart, for if one lets it go, one soon loses control of the head too. In truth, there was only one Christian and he died on the cross. Silence is worse. All truths that are kept silent become poisonous. That which is done out of love is always beyond good and evil. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Women, they make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. What does your conscience say? You should become the person you are. One ought to hold on to one's heart, for if one lets it go, one soon loses control of the head too. I'm not upset that you lied to me, I'm upset that from now on I can't believe you. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Blessed are forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. A more farty love your fate, which is in fact your life. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. Art is the proper task of life. There is not enough love and goodness in the world to permit giving any of it away to imaginary beings. Ultimately, it is the desire, not the desired, that we love. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. They muddy the water to make it seem deep. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Stupidity in a woman is unfeminine. One repays a teacher badly if one always remains nothing but a pupil. A thought, even a possibility, can shatter and transform us. After coming into contact with a religious man, I always feel I must wash my hands. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Become who you are. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. Is it better to out-monster the monster or to be quietly devoured? I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. The most perfidious way of harming a cause consists of defending it deliberately with faulty arguments. Is life not 1,000 times too short for us to bore ourselves? And once you are awake, you shall remain awake eternally. Everything the state says is a lie, and everything it has stolen. Madness is something rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, peoples, and ages, it is the rule. Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. The voice of beauty speaks softly, it creeps only into the most fully awakened souls. The unselective knowledge drive resembles the indiscriminate sexual drive signs of vulgarity. Life is hard to bear, but do not pretend to be so sensitive. We are all of us pretty sturdy asses and she-asses. We stop too often at knowing the good without doing it, because we also know the better, but cannot do it. The unselective knowledge drive resembles the indiscriminate sexual drive signs of vulgarity. When we look out for the barbarian, we look in the depths. But there is another type of barbarian who comes from the heights. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Faith, not wanting to know what the truth is. The thinker sees his own actions as experiments and questions as attempts to find out something. Success and failure are for him answers above all. I would believe only in a God that knows how to dance. Beware that, when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster, for when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason, he wants woman as the most dangerous plaything. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth. We have art in order not to die of the truth. You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise anew if you have not first become ashes? All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. Be careful, lest in casting out your demon you exorcise the best thing in you. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know, and those who want to believe. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends.